I pray I make it through the night as I ride through my city.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Solo the Culture Podcast, y'all. Man, I know for all my sports fans, we back. You feel me? I finally got a sports episode for y'all. I know I've been holding out. I've been saying I was going to get one out there to y'all. But let's do it. You feel what I'm saying? So for this episode, we're going to go ahead and go backtrack to where I left off last sports episode, where we talked about the second round of the NBA playoffs. I'm going to catch y'all up to what's going on right now in the Eastern and the Western Conference Finals and who I think is going to be in the finals and what's going to happen. So let's roll into it. I ain't even gonna lie. Let's start off with that Cavs and Pistons series. That one was a shocker to me. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Pistons was gonna end up beating the Cavs in 6 because James Harden was so shaky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, these first 2 rounds, I did not like his play. He's been turning the ball over like crazy. Maybe scoring 10 points. Like, he's been up and down this whole playoffs per usual, but it's been worse. Like, it's bad. I ain't even gonna lie. It's really bad. So for the Pistons to have won that series, because we all know that they're heavily reliant on Cade Cunningham. They needed that second superstar, and Jalen Duren did not show up. When your second leading scorer is Tobias Harris, it's a scary fucking sight. I ain't gonna lie to you, because first of all, for Jalen Duren to be coming into a contract year and for him to be that supposed second star or superstar, all-star, or whatever for the Pistons or how he's supposed to be, he played like boo-boo. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to pull up some of his stats here. I know this is in Game 7. He has 7 points, 9 rebounds. Like, that's not going to get it done. You feel what I'm saying? Cade needed way more help, and it showed. Like, it showed bad. I'm not going to cap. The most points that he even scored throughout this whole playoffs, Jalen Duren, was 15 points. That's crazy. You can't have your second star only scoring 15 points. You get what I'm saying? Cade was doing all he could. I think one game he had like 39 and 11. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, another game, I'm pretty sure he had 40. Let me pull up Cade's stats here because I don't want to give no false information. But it's like the Pistons this last series show how bad they needed a number 2. Like, it was already evident throughout the season, but right now, these last 2 series, it really showed. So, Cade, yeah, he had 39, 79, fucking 27, 10 and 10, 25 and 10, 32 and 12, and they were still losing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the Cavs, their biggest factor was James Harden. If James Harden had over 5 turnovers, it was over with. Like, he was turning the ball over so often that literally it came down to if James Harden could control the ball, he could keep the ball in his hands and not turn it over, they're going to win the ball game. You get what I'm saying? Like, all he had to do was hold on to the ball, and they would win. So, it's like, shout out to both teams. I really thought the Pistons was going to end up getting them in 7. I know how heavily reliant they are on Cade, but I thought their defense was going to overshadow that. You feel what I'm saying? I thought that their defense was going to be able to come through and pick up for the slack of not having that second star. But it clearly showed that the Pistons need a number 2. Like, this offseason, they either need to go try to trade up in the draft to go get somebody that's like a Caleb Wilson, somebody that can score the ball, or they need to go all in on Giannis. Try to make a trade with OKC or something to get J-Dub. Something has to shake, because I don't know. Jalen Duren just messed up his upcoming contract, and somebody's out there still gonna give him 150 mil, something like that. But it's the fact that when the lights came on, he disappeared. I'm not even gonna lie. Jalen Duren, get well soon, because you had a terrible first 2 rounds, terrible playoffs. I'm not gonna lie. But on the Cavs end, Donovan Mitchell, hey, we gotta give him his props at some point. Like, that boy is a dog. I ain't even gonna cap. Donovan Mitchell is him. He always, even in his Utah days when he was a rookie, still showing dropping 50 in the playoffs against Jamal Murray. Like, it's he's him. I'm not gonna lie. When them lights come on, that boy show up. So it's like, shout out to Donovan Mitchell. You just need somebody else that's gonna be not as shaky. Like if they would have kept either like a Darius Garland out there, that number 2, or not even Darius, or got somebody that's a little bit better than James Harden or younger than James Harden that can still provide that playmaking that James Harden can and that 3-point shooting that he could do. It's like they probably would have went ahead and damn near swept the Pistons because I'm telling y'all, like, I'm thinking that the Pistons I thought their defense would have overshadowed that needing of a superstar, and it did not. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I felt bad for Cade. I'm not even gonna lie, I felt so bad for Cade just for the fact that he was he was hooping. He just didn't have nobody else to pick up for the slack, like, for the rest of the team. Like, sometimes you just need that number 2, and he didn't have a definitive number 2. And that's what the biggest thing that the Pistons need to worry about going into this offseason. Like, who is gonna be that next player that they pick up? Who's gonna be that superstar that they bring in? Are they gonna try to go older and look at Houston and try to go bring KD to Detroit? Or are they gonna try to go younger and go get somebody like Ja Morant? You feel what I'm saying? And move Cade to the 2 or the 3. So shout out to the Pistons. It's a tough, situation, especially being a number 1 seed, winning 60-something games, and then being put out in the second round. It's like, it's tough. You get what I'm saying? It's tough, but you live and you learn. I know that they're gonna come back next season still hot, but they have to get Cade help. Like if they don't get Cade help, you might as well forget about it. Cause all that relying on one star, you can't do it no more. Like they team remind me so much of that 2011 Bulls team with how reliant they were on Derrick Rose. Like it's the same thing over again with these Pistons teams. So get well soon to the Pistons. I really thought they was gonna pull it out in 6 or 7. But next series, the Knicks. They swept the 76ers. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the 76ers was gonna do something. I don't know why. I thought Joel Embiid was gonna come back full force. I know he ended up missing one of the games. I think he missed game 2 of their series, but it's like they just got completely annihilated. Like it wasn't even no type of it wasn't no competition for real. I think that the Knicks defense is actually good. But it's like, dog, that Knicks team looks great. This is probably the best Knicks team that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I've seen them with Carmelo Anthony, Tyson Chandler, Raymond Felton, all those teams like that. And hey, this Knicks team, it's it. I ain't even gonna lie. And with Boston being out, it's their year to come out the East. Like, it's literally nobody in the way for the Knicks to come out the East. And they're showing that. They're really showing that. The way that Jalen Brunson has been hooping, you got Cat putting up triple doubles and shit. It's like, hey, they are on a roll. But for the 76ers, I'm not even going to lie. I think it's time to hand the keys to VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. Like, Joel came in and he showed that he could still push them to wins. But how available will he be? That's his biggest issue. He is never available. So it's like, for the 76ers, do you move on from Joel Embiid this offseason and try to get you a younger center, somebody that's more available, that could be there for y'all more often, that's more athletic, more agile, can move around? Or do you just get somebody to come in and play behind Joel Embiid so that he doesn't have to play as much? You get what I'm saying? Do you just limit his time? So yeah, he starts, maybe play a little bit of third, a little bit of the second, and then he comes in during crunch time of the fourth to where he could push them over that hump when they need it. But to be completely reliant on Joel Embiid at this point in his career, it's tough. And I'm not also not giving him another max contract. I'm not giving him, you know what I'm saying, like barely 150 million. I'm not even gonna lie. I really wouldn't give him that. He probably only get that just because of who he is off his name and just because he can be that hump if you barely need him. You get what I'm saying? Like when you need him in crunch time, put him in. You feel what I'm saying? And he can get a bucket, he can show you what he can do. But it's like, how sustainable is he? Like, that's the biggest thing with Joel Embiid. Is he going to be able to stay on the floor? If he's not going to be able to stay on the floor, get him out of here, coach. Like, take him to a team where they can put in like a young center behind him and let that center play for a good little minute, and then all of a sudden, when they need that push, like, all right, we'll get Joel back out there. So shout out to the 76ers. I think this offseason, that's a big question right there. Like, do you continue to try to build around Joel Embiid, or do you just go ahead and get the keys to Tyrese, Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and see what these young boys can do and build around them at this point? Because I ain't gonna lie, Joel is not looking too good for that man. I ain't gonna lie. I think that this is the point where we start to see his career just kind of hit that downtrend. I ain't even gonna lie. I think he might be out the league in the next, if 5 seasons. Barely that, maybe 3. I ain't gonna lie, because I think they said over the last 3 seasons, since the last time they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, he's only played like 93 games. That's insane. It's 82 games in the season. So, shout out to Joel Embiid. I hope he gets well soon, you feel what I'm saying? But that's a big question for the 76ers. What are you going to do with Joel Embiid? But let's transition over to that West Coast. Y'all know what I'm saying? I thought that the Spurs and Timberwolves was going to be a series for the guys, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I thought that was going to be the series that we look back and be like, though, that was one of them ones. I'm not going to cap. I thought it was going to go to 7. I thought the Timberwolves was going to pull it out. But the Spurs surprised me. I know that the Timberwolves weren't 100% healthy. I know Ant had that knee injury along with an ankle injury, so he was playing sporadically at first, and then he actually got in a role. But they also need another star. I'm not going to lie. Like, with Wemby being out there, they couldn't get in the paint. Like, you couldn't really use Julius Randle at all, for real, because of how much Wemby's presence was just dominating the paint. Like, whenever they went down there, it was block city. I'm not even going. He damn near had a fucking triple double with blocks. So it's like, man, that Spurs defense is crazy. Like, they're on a string. Oh my goodness, it's insane. I'm not even gonna lie. That Spurs defense is crazy. I really thought though that Ant was gonna be able to get over it. Like, I thought that Ant was gonna push them over that hump, because we've seen Ant play against teams like Denver. We've seen him play against teams like OKC, where they put out an OKC team the year before they won the finals. So it's like, I thought that Ant, with his experience against defenses like that, I thought he was going to be able to, you know, pull them up. But it's like, man, that Spurs, man, and when you got Wemby, changes the game just like that. Like, when he's out of the game, you could tell the difference. Like, as soon as they took him out the game, Julius Randle started scoring. They started going to the basket. The Timberwolves started to come back. As soon as you put Wemby back in the game, it was like, what just happened? Their whole offense had to completely shift. Like, he changes offenses. It's insane. Wemby, he has potential to be the GOAT, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. At first, I wasn't rolling. I wasn't rocking. You feel me? I'm thinking like, yeah, he's going to be good. He just got to put on weight and stuff. But after really, really seeing him play these last 2 rounds, I'm like, yo, hey, if he stays healthy, Wemby is going to be him. I'm not gonna lie. And we're gonna get into the Spurs a little bit deeper down the line, but it's like, dog, I really, really, really thought the Timberwolves was gonna pull it out. But going into this offseason, the Timberwolves, they have to get a number 2. Like, I know y'all trying to go through Julius Randle a little bit, but that's not they need a younger player. Bring Ja out there. Or even bring like I know I've been hearing a lot about Kyrie Irving. I've been hearing a lot about like Giannis coming out there too. But if it's me, the 2 players that I'm looking at right now is between Ja Morant and I'm looking at Giannis. Because these are 2 players that are still young. They can still get it done on both ends of the ball. They just need new sceneries. You feel what I'm saying? Especially Ja Morant. Ja Morant has to get out of Memphis. Somebody got to go get him. And why not bring him with his playmaking ways? You could bring Ant off the ball. And it's kind of like having if you could develop his 3-point shot, I don't know. I think it'll work out. I'm not even gonna lie. If you can develop Ja Morant's 3-point shot and keep him with that hunger and that tenacity to him and that drive to him on the defensive end, it's like, hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I would like to see Ja out there in Minnesota. That would be a nice, 1-2 punch between him and Ant. Then you still got Rudy Gobert. You still got Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed. You see what I'm saying on the thing, and you just give up Julius Randle and maybe a draft pick or something like that, because it's like, I ain't gonna lie, Julius, he's good, don't get me wrong, but it showed that when you get somebody like a Wemby down there, somebody that's young, agile, can move, it's like he kind of becomes a non-factor. Yeah, and you got to give up that big piece. I don't know why they would have gave up that big piece in Cat for him, but it's like, they missed Cat. Like, this was a series where they needed like a Karl Anthony Towns for real, because that's somebody that could step out to the three, which would bring Wemby out of the paint and open everything up. And don't get me wrong, Julius Randle can shoot it, but he can't shoot it like Cat can. So it's like, man, get well tuned to the Timberwolves. I know Ant said he feels like they don't need a number two, but they need a number two. Like, that squad that they got right now, they're not going to be able to get it done. Even if they didn't play a Wemby, if they would even play the OKC team, they wouldn't have gotten it done. So it's like, shout out to the Timberwolves, but y'all need a number two too. Y'all kind of in the same boat as the Pistons. Really, really bad. Y'all got a couple of more scorers over there. So shout out to the Pistons. That's a big question of what are they going to do with Julius Randle in this offseason. But let's go ahead on to that next series, which with the Lakers and OKC. I said it. OKC was gonna sweep them. Lakers wasn't gonna get a game. Even if they had Luka, they weren't gonna get a game. It was one of those series where it was just completely lopsided. They didn't have nothing for them. Like, they could go keep it close the first half, and second half, that third quarter, OKC just took it through the roof every single game. So it was just like, shout out to Brian. You feel what I'm saying? I know that for the Lakers, they're pretty much trying to figure out how to build around Luka now. Like, what they're gonna do with LeBron's contract, if he's gonna stay in LA, because I know this year is his free agency year. If I'm Brian, it's time to hit the dough, man. You feel what I'm saying? Let the Lakers do what they gonna do, especially with them more transitioning to Luka being the face of the team. It's like, yeah, Bron is 40, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's not gonna be the face of anyone's team anymore, but he has to go somewhere where he can either potentially still win another championship, or it's just kind of like a farewell tour, somewhere he could just fit in and they can at least make it to the playoffs and he could go out that way. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's just sad because this is my GOAT, but I think LeBron gonna be out of the league about next year, man. I ain't even gonna lie. If not next year, the year after that. I think he's getting to a point where he's out of love with the game. I know that he had a press conference where he was basically saying like he wanna just be at home with his kids and his wife. Like, at 40 years old, who doesn't want to do that? You feel me? You'd have been in the league for more than half of your life. You feel me? Majority of your life, you've been in the NBA. So shout out to LeBron. Shout out to the Lakers. I know that the Lakers, LeBron leaving, it's going to open a bunch of cap space for them to bring in some other players to build around Luka. And if Luka can stay healthy, I'm not going to lie, the Lakers, they have potential to be nice because you got that 1-2 punch with him and Austin Reeves. But question is, are they going to play Austin Reeves? Or are they going to try to trade him for a superstar? So, man, shout out to the Lakers. I hope they can figure it out. I just really, really hope that Brian just does not retire after this year, because he still showed he could do something. You feel what I'm saying? He led the Lakers over the Rockets. He was leading them against OKC, but it was just like, it just wasn't enough. He needed Luka out there and possibly another piece, because it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. I knew they didn't have it. As soon as they said the Lakers was playing OKC next, I said, oh yeah, they ain't getting the game. It was over with right there. And I said, yeah, it's over with. Brian, get ready for that farewell tour next year, man, because brother, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of tough, especially when you have teams like OKC, you got teams like San Antonio, the Knicks, Boston. Like, no matter where you go, it's kind of like it's a scary sight. I don't think he'll get another one before he gets out the league. But hey, crazier things have happened, so I ain't gonna count him out. But shout out to Bron. I think between these next 2 years, he gone. Especially if Bryce don't come out of Arizona like they expect him to. And I don't think Bryce is gonna make it to the league for real. I think Bryce is gonna be, you know, one of those 4-year college players, but it just don't pan out for him. I ain't even gonna lie, because Bryce being 6'5" as a center ain't it, or a power forward that ain't it. I ain't gonna lie, this ain't the 90s or the 80s no more. So shout out, bro. Shout out to the Lakers. They got to get well soon. So let's move on to this Western and these Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals was one for the ages. I'm not gonna lie. It was probably one of the greatest games ever. I mean, it was up there with that 2016 Game 7. I don't even have to say who the two teams was in 2016 Game 7. Like, y'all already know. And it was up there with that Kyrie shot, that LeBron block. Like, it was up there. They went into double overtime. In fact, I have a couple of highlights for this. I'm not gonna play them all. I really want to just show the second half of the game. So let me come here. Let me pull up these highlights for y'all, because man, that second half of that game was pretty crazy. I'm not even gonna cap. So we're gonna start. The first half was really good too, but we're gonna start in the third quarter, just to give y'all, a little insight. And I'm really kind of be skipping around a little bit because it is a double overtime game, and I don't want to sit here and have y'all watching 7-8 minutes of highlights. So let's get into it. But be mindful. I will be skipping around in highlights just a little bit. Here we go. Right, let's get it.
Got to carry it. Williams the pitch. Now he's free for three. What a game 1 this is. SGA step back for 3 in the lead. Rebound Dort. He'll take it. He'll give her on 4 the other way. Harper, secondary, step through for 2.
Reg, we always talk about big guards.
Yes.
Him being 6'6", he actually plays bigger when he gets in the paint.
Hey.
Payne, the too little looks. Gilgeous-Alexander, step back.
Okay.
Slices down a 3.
Yeah, he personally needed that.
Caruso. Big 3. Hassel. Pass in the corner for Sell. Got the 3. Huge 3 by Devin.
I'm gonna skip a little bit forward, y'all, until the middle point.
SGA hesitates. Every jersey turns his way. He goes inside for Holmgren to hit the rim. Williams got it. It's short. With the clock at 3, facing Holmgren. Wemby. Devin. Crack. Block. Inside. Little touch pass. Right back to Caruso. It's a 1-point game. Castle on the switch now. Williams picks up Wemby. The corner 3. Finally, lead is for SGA. An attack, a bump, a fade, a 2. 2-point game. That's a foul on Wemby. He pulled over Caruso. Great call by Mitchell Irvin. Was all over it. SGA from the top pitches it out. Caruso for 3. And the lead. Clock at 5. Castle. Gotta go. Clock at 2. Takes it to the corner. Champagny. Knocks down a big 3.
Oh, man.
Williams between the legs. Floater. Got it. Tie game. Alexander tries to go quick. Little hesitation. Double. Off the window.
One off now, so now you're afforded that 2-for-1 opportunity.
Shot clock at 8. Wembanyama. Turns. Spins. Shoots. And hits. Wemby's giving this Alexander free. He's got it with 4 left. SGA to the basket. Lays it up and in. They pulled Wemby away. SGA to the goal. Tie game at 101. Harper to trigger. Wembanyama hasn't lost it. Wemby puts it blocked. We go over.
Gets the space. Great timing right there.
And I'm gonna pause that right there, because before this block, Wemby was straight up smoking Chet the whole game. Like, I'm gonna get into it some more once these highlights over, but he was cooking Chet the whole game, y'all.
Chet home
down. Castle's got a pass.
Hey!
And throws it down.
to the face, too.
5 to shoot, Dylan Harper. on the pick. It is Castle for three. Wemby right. Tough to catch for SGA. Pitch to Caruso for three. Touch it down. Spurs by one. 2 to go. Good hands by Caruso to knock it away. To the sideline, kept it by Williams. Bodies down. Williams home. To the go. Shed. Penny. Missed. Wemby again. No. Fighting for it. Caruso throws it off Wemby. 1 point. 1 minute. Gilgeous Alexander gets inside. Spurs got numbers hungry now behind the play. 5 on 4. Wemby's gonna pull a deep three.
Oh my. Oh my goodness, bro. He is 7'6" pulling up, shooting like this, y'all. That is ridiculous. Like this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
For the Warriors.
SGA breaks free. He's got it now. Clock at 5. Tries to turn the corner. He spins. Sees 2. It's Williams for 3. No. Tip. No.
The clock. There might be more time on here as well.
Broken up. Again, it's Caruso for Wembanyama. 45. And he's still going strong. Ankle injury suffered in the Minnesota series. They double Gilgeous Alexander. Wallace takes a 3 and knocks it down. 1 point game. Castle. Harper. It's a hard slice for 2. Oh. Gilgeous Alexander secondary. Kicks back. Williams 3. Got it.
Talking about a bucket at the right time.
Harper guarded by Williams. Caruso. Wemby beat him inside. Threw it down.
Oh my
With
gosh.
a foul.
Oh my gosh.
He's been admirable tonight, but
Hey.
what a pass.
Caruso, the star of the night, gets to the basket, reverse with Wemby there to challenge. Over denied by Vassell. Williams inside, can't score. So, lobbing. Wembanyama.
Oh,
He's
Lord.
unbelievable. Thunder down 6. Gotta go quick. Williams and Wembanyama engulfs the ball. Shot clock is off. Harper is fouled.
So as y'all can see, that first game was one for the ages. Wemby went ballistic. I ain't gonna lie. I think he had 41 and 24 rebounds. Like, dog, he was cooking. He showed what he can do and what he will be in the future. Like, it's gonna only get better from here. I'm not gonna lie. Especially when he puts on more weight. He finds his footing even more and what he can do for his team and how to make his teammates better. Oh, Lord, it's going to be a scary sight to see. I ain't even going to lie. The San Antonio Spurs, they have the future in their hands right now. I'm not going to cap. But in that game 1, I saw that game and I said, OKC going to get him in 6. Hey, y'all. OKC is going to beat the Spurs in 6. If you go back, you look at the numbers, or if you really sat there and you watched the game live, OKC played like trash game 1. They couldn't knock down shots. Shea probably only hit 7 field goals. I think he only had 24 points or something like that. It was a terrible night all around for OKC. And we went to double overtime. The Spurs played great. Like, they were knocking down shots. Wemby had 41 and 24. Their defense was all over the place. The way he was dunking on everybody, it was insane. Like, I'm sorry. I really, when I saw that game, I said, okay. Ooh, excuse me. I know a lot of people started counting out OKC. Like, oh yeah, the Spurs finna get him. I'm telling y'all, OKC in 6. The experience is gonna come into play, and not only that. After watching game 1, we could go ahead and transition to game 2 now. Like, that game 2, you could just see the fatigueness in Wemby. And I'm going to pull up game 2 highlights because right now OKC is up 2-1. You feel me? And these last 2 games that OKC have won back-to-back, it's like, I'm not even going to lie. They have almost figured out the Spurs. You feel what I'm saying? They have figured out a way to shut down Wemby. And when I say shut down Wemby, I mean make his night quiet. He'd give you a quiet 24, but he hasn't been as impactful as he was that first game. That first game was insane. Like, insane. You feel me? But let's watch a little bit of game 2 because game 2 was really good. And I'm not even going to lie. For a team like the Spurs, they need their guards. and their guards have been stepping up. And Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, I know they've been dealing with injuries with De'Aaron Fox on that ankle. And I know that it's the same thing with Dylan Harper. I think he's been having some lower extremity injuries or issues going on right now. But they need him. Like Dylan Harper, the first game, I want to say he had like 27 points, around 7 assists, 7 steals and stuff like that. Like he was cooking. He was really, really cooking. Like he was showing up. And especially to be a rookie, like it's kind of crazy the way he showed up that first game. But they need that out of their guards. Like obviously the defense is there, right? The defense is always going to be there for the Spurs, but they need that scoring from their guards. They need them to be all over the floor, especially offensively, because don't get me wrong, Stephon Castle, he has been there. Like Stephon Castle has been him these first 3 games. Hey, Stephon, they have a bright future out there with him and Wemby, but it's like they need that third person. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they got Devin Vassell, and Champagnie. They've been hitting threes left and right, but they need somebody at that third scorer just to give them like that little extra push. Give them at least 15 a night. You get what I'm saying? And they usually get that out of a De'Aaron Fox. But with him being hurt, you could kind of see the shift. Like he played in game 3. And I want to say he played a little bit of game 2, or did he play game 2? I'm not too sure. Let me go back and make sure. I know he played game 3 for sure. And in game 3, you saw the shift in their defense. Like their defense was even faster. So it's like, man, they need that. They need that that push from De'Aaron Fox. And it's showing. It's showing really heavy. But let's go into game 2 right quick. The same way I did game 1. I'm gonna kind of start it off. I do want to show y'all this Stephon Castle poster. Like I ain't gonna play too much in the first half, but when y'all see that, dunk of the year, hands down, dunk of the year. Let's get into it.
Blue Court struggled game 1. To a good start in game 2. Vassell pressing the defense on Williams. Lob to Holmgren inside. Sees Wemby, doesn't go to the goal. Block at 5. SGA contested shot. Knock it down.
That is a tough bucket there. Not only did he have to kind of shoot over Wemby, nice response there. Get the ball up quickly.
But an nth-degree defensive bust there as Vassell was wide open. Williams. It's in game 1. Wemby the screen, Wemby the 3. Knocked it down.
And that's why I say Wemby is going to be the GOAT potentially. Because when you're 7'6" and you could just step into threes like that, dog, it's scary. It's scary because it's like, how do you stop him? You already can't stop him in the paint. He can shoot the midi. And when he's coming, pulling up, bringing the ball up, dribbling like a freaking point guard that could pull up on 3 from anywhere, it's like, yo, how do you stop him?
And the Spurs are bringing Wemby up higher in the pick and rolls, allowing the guard to get the space he needs to make the read.
Well, he'll hang with Hartenstein, who's guarding him on the other end. Gilgeous Alexander works for space, getting going early to attacks. And it's Williams for 3.
But why is that 3 there? That's the 3rd time Lou Dort has gotten 2 feet in the lane.
Nice feet to Cornette. Castle started it and had the helper. Luke Cornette, the dunk. The top 3 scoring threats for Oklahoma City not on the floor right now as Castle gets to the elbow and extends the lead to 4. No SGA, no Holmgren, and no J-Dub for the moment for OKC. Baseline drive. Sees 2. Scores through it anyway.
On you. Yep. On you, Jamal. They have to have A.J. Mitchell being attacked.
Out of the corner. Dort. Got it. Back the other way comes Carter Bryant. Body at Harper trailing, did 2-on-1. Williams.
Hey.
Back the other way comes McCain. Nice assist on the last trip down. Holmgren, will he take it? He pulls 3. And hits. Names by Wallace. McForce as good at it as anyone in the league. Wallace a 3. Live ball turnover. Jordan McLaughlin checking in for the Spurs, and he hits a three. So McLaughlin, who only scored 89 points all season, has only played 24 minutes in the playoffs.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Jordan McLaughlin.
Wembanyama using the window. Got it back with the left hand.
How did he get it back?
That's
He
crazy.
shot outside the paint.
Reg, how's he do anything?
What?
Hartenstein had a body on him. SGA got inside with a bump in the basket. McLaughlin out without Fox. They just need more bodies to play and handle the ball. That's why he's been in. Great drive. Fumble. Saw him hesitate. Knocked it away. Still 10 to go. Wiggins.
Wallace says silence.
No. Caruso takes Wemby out. Dances him. Fades on him. Got it again. Timeout. Nope, no timeout. Thought Mitch was going to take a timeout. He was just telling Tony Brothers he missed one. They keep pushing. Castle attacks Hartenstein.
Play.
Nice.
Corner pitch to Sell as Wembanyama inside. He had Joe.
Here we go, y'all.
He's got more attention.
Oh my God. Y'all. Nah.
Oh my goodness! Stephon Castle! Welcome to this race screen.
That's what I was waiting on, y'all. That dunk of the year. And I ain't even a Spurs fan. Dunk of the year. That's what I'm talking about. Stephon Castle is him. Bruh, nah, y'all. We gonna get into
In
it.
the league you are to me, man. I'm so glad not to get the incoming from Reg in this series.
I'm gonna skip a little bit more to the second half. This game was a little bit OKC pretty much led majority of it.
Where the doubles are coming from. Harper works inside. Again, a finish at the. Just cut all those together. It's a beautiful reel of tape. Hartenstein. Beat the clock. Just the three. And here it is, game 2 of this series again. Wembanyama's gonna lock
Like,
and knock down
come
the three
on.
and park back at the Thunder fans at bench. Out of the corner for Sell. Hits the three, and the Spurs. Nice little push here to get it back within 5. Wembanyama knocked down Williams. To the basket goes the land.
Skip a
Roman
little forward.
covering everybody on this strip. There's Alexander. He's getting inside. No Wemby. To the basket and one.
It's going to be so important for somebody else to be a playmaker and a big shot maker.
Like Keldon Johnson going right at Holmgren. Getting it back. A third time. There's the one that gets it. Caruso to Holmgren, who's having a quarter. Wembanyama on the outside. Attacks that. Holmgren goes into him. Pitches it to the corner. McLaughlin a three. He hits his second of the game. Jan Petty. Working on Kane inside for 2.
And now the Spurs need to match up and go man-to-man. The OKC Thunder, they're back in the zone.
Vassell transition triple. Oh, he hit it, and it's a 3-point game, just like that. 2 for 1. Gilgeous Alexander to 24 points. McCain pulls 3. Got it all! Touch over 50% in this one. Castle down. McCain fires and hits. Wemby thought about the pull, goes crossover. High arcing. No, but he tipped it in on the other side with the left hand. 5-point game. The MVP waits at the scorer's table to re-enter. Barnes out of the corner, quick on the 3. Knocked it down. Harrison Barnes forces Mark Dayton to take a timeout.
Why not?
Caruso moves inside. Draws the contact. And we'll get to the line. Thunder have scored the next 11. Castle the 5. Vassell stops the run with a 3.
And this is the moment of truth right now where it can go either way.
Johnson's got it. Trell, Castle, 3. Got it. Back-to-back threes.
Huge. Here's the double. Someone else is going to have to beat them.
Triple down. Mitchell on the attack. Will fade fling. Waiting. The action begins as the clock hits 10. Gilgeous Alexander on the attack. Pulls back. And hits. Out of the corner, the 3 is off. And on the rebound, the Thunder have it with 28 to go. 7-point game. Got a foul here to get the ball back. Caruso! Good night!
So, as y'all can see, man, OKC pretty much figured it out. You feel me? They figured out how to stop Wemby. And if I don't know if y'all been paying attention to like the background or looking at everywhere else where Wemby was, but as you can see, they literally started to be very, very, very aggressive with him. They had Harkenstein all in his jersey, pulling him over, pulling on him, bumping him around. You get what I'm saying? Making him work for his buckets. You feel what I'm saying? And you can see how tired, how fatigued he looked. Like, just from literally looking at it from at that type of standpoint, you know what I'm saying, watching highlights, you could tell how fatigued Wemby looks. Now, game 3 happened last night. I'm not going to really show too many highlights from that game because OKC did pull it out. It was a game where OKC pretty much led the whole night by at least 10 or more. But it was the same thing pretty much, where De'Aaron Fox came back. The Spurs came out. They jumped out to a 15-0 lead. I said, oh, Lord, it might be a scary sight for OKC. But guess what? That's where playoff experience comes in hand. You could tell. They went, they called a timeout, and they caught their composure and came back and pretty much took the game and took it over from there. Shea did Shea things, you feel what I'm saying? But the biggest 2 things that I've been noticing from OKC is that their bench has been coming up so clutch. In game 3, Jared McClain came up, I think like 24, 26 points. The other Jalen Williams, he had, I want to say 17 or 20 points off of majority threes. They've been leaving him open. I know Jalen Williams, the main Jalen Williams, J-Dub, he didn't play at all. You feel what I'm saying? And for OKC to be missing their second leading scorer or their second star like that, it's like, and they still pulling it out against a Spurs team that is on a string defensively. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's super crazy. It's super crazy. Like, that OKC team is nice, y'all. I don't think nobody's gonna beat them. Like I said, I think you can give me OKC in 6. I think that experience is gonna push them over the hump. I think that the Spurs will. I think they'll probably go ahead and win Game 4 in San Antonio. I don't think that the Thunder are going to win both games in San Antonio, but I do think it's gonna go like this. The next game is in San Antonio. Give me the Spurs. Game 5, OKC. Give me OKC. Game 6 is going to be in San Antonio. I think that's where OKC will go ahead and pull it off because of the fact that after seeing them come into Game 3 and win it on San Antonio's court, I just don't think that they have their coaching. Like, their coaching is good, but I don't think it's as good as OKC's. I think OKC is better coach. I think they have more experience. I think that they just have that go that the Spurs just don't have it right now. Like, you could tell that is they just either fatigued or they just, I don't know, they don't have that experience to get them over that hump. And with Wemby, y'all, as y'all can see, that's going to be the goal. Like, if he can continue to build around, if the Spurs will continue to build around him and could figure out what they need, so who's going to be that number 2, that real number 2, it's like, the Spurs gonna be scary for a long time. We're gonna be seeing a lot of OKC versus Spurs series where it's like, oh, it's gonna go down to the wire. It might be 7 games, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, Wemby will be the GOAT, especially if he can stay healthy. 2, another thing that I'm picking up off this series is that a lot of people have been saying how heavily reliant OKC is on Shea. But these last 2 games, we have seen how their bench can pick up behind Shea. Like, Jared McCain coming in, scoring, putting up 15-plus points. You have Jalen Williams coming off the bench who can give you a good 3 or 4 threes, just standstill threes. You know what I'm saying? He's going to knock them down. Alex Caruso dropped 30 the first game on 7-plus threes. Like, at any given moment, they have anybody that can score. You get what I'm saying? They have so many pieces that it's like, who's going to go off tonight? You know, like, who is just who? It's a matter of who's going to go off tonight and when they're going to do it. Who's going to step up? So, shout out to OKC. Shout out to the Spurs. I can't wait to see Game 4 tomorrow night. This has been a great series. It's been feeding families for sure. So, shout out to OKC. I think OKC is going to get it in 6, though, y'all. I don't think the Spurs going to do it this year. I think OKC is going to get them in 6. But Let's translate this over there to that East Coast. We're gonna be kind of fast with this one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna show a little bit of highlights from game 1 and 2. The game 1, the Cavs went up by 22 points, and they blew it. They literally let Jalen Brunson come back and damn near single-handedly bring back the Knicks by himself off of just attacking James Harden. And that's why I say James Harden, he's that factor for the Cavs. If James Harden can get it together, limit his turnovers, and score the ball, be that real number 2 that they need him to be, the Cavs will be all right. But they have been consistently just purely attacking James Harden. I'm not going to show the full game. I'm just going to show the second half of this game, or the game 1, because that was the more exciting. They did go into overtime. But it's like, y'all, I'm not going to lie. The way that the Knicks sat there and literally just attacked James Harden
inside the
crazy.
Mobley, and an easy Brunson double. Schroeder left wide open. Schroeder goes inside, finds Allen. Layup is good. Wide open. Can't get to the fall. Allen, another offensive rebound. Harden gets in the paint. Layup is good. Now, right now, the Cavs carving up the Knicks.
One of those X factors for the Knicks. You know he's capable of stringing together some shots. He's got to be aggressive.
Merrill hits a three. A quick release from Sand. Tries a three-pointer. Side of the backboard. Brunson pushes the other way. Brunson drives, layup, bank shot's good. 19 for Brunson. Cavs have gained themselves a little control here in the third. Mitchell again. Drives right, flips it up off the glass. Gorgeous move from Mitchell. He's got 26. Knicks offense all out of sorts right now. Brunson gets inside. Bank shot won't go. Towns the rebound. Put back is good. Gets it to Schroeder. Schroeder kicks it out in the corner. Dean Wade gets it to go. Dean Wade, a three-pointer, his third, and the foul again as Mitchell comes the other way.
Cavs have numbers, 4-on-5.
Schroeder to Mitchell. Mitchell catches, fires, hits a three. Donovan Mitchell now with 29. Everything.
And if you're looking at it right here, there are about 22 points with 7 minutes left in the fourth. Watch exactly what they start doing.
Was pointing to the Knicks were going to get him.
Pick and roll. Get me the ISO with Jalen Brunson and James Harden. He can't guard him. And before this series started, I started telling people, even like that I talked to at work and everything like that about the game. I said, look, James Harden cannot guard Jalen Brunson. If the Knicks want to win this, ISO James Harden. Literally get James Harden on Jalen Brunson and they're going to win every game.
From Utah, and then the Cavs swooped in and made the deal as Brunson, the floater, gets it to go.
This crowd has not gotten into it. They've been waiting
on him
it, but
again.
the Knicks have just not been able to string together baskets.
Giannis knocks down the three. The Cavs here in the second half. Brunson drives on Harden, gets inside, finds Towns. Towns reverse and backs it home.
Since my time in the league.
Look at it.
Well balanced,
Again.
well coached.
But still trailing. Brunson backs it home again. Clear out.
Look at this.
Fakes. Drive, gets inside. Pull-up jumper. Got it.
Come on, y'all. That's literally 3-4 possessions in a row where it's just a clear out on James Harden.
Jalen Brunson has come alive in the Knicks.
Cavs might want a timeout if he scores.
Brunson, three-pointer. Puts it in.
He's getting
Clutches
cooked.
come alive.
He's getting cooked.
Merrill gets in the paint, stops, leans, back out to Mobley. He tries a three-pointer. It's good. Evan Mobley with a huge three-pointer. Down the corner to Bridges. Shot clock at 4. Bridges looking. Shot clock at 1. Bridges puts up a 3. Puts it in. It's back to a 4-point. Could be a very costly turnover. Mitchell won't go. Allen's tip is good. Anunoby floats it over to Shamet. Shamet a three-pointer. It's good. Tie game with 44 seconds. Harden pulls up jumper. Got it. Brunson with Harden on him. Brunson on the drive. The floater bank shot. It's good. Tie game again with Knight off. Merrill. Three-pointer. In and out. That one halfway down. Bridges fires away. Won't go when we go to overtime. Brunson brilliant in that fourth quarter. Drives, gets past Harden, gets inside. The floater's up and good. Jalen. Brunson cross court. Shamet puts it up. Pops it in. A 9-point lead. Timeout, Cavs. Still 1:49 remaining. Merrill throws it to corner. Strus fires away. Gets it to go. Strus, big three-pointer. It's back to playoff history.
So as y'all can see, the Knicks, they just showing y'all that they just pretty much a better team over there. Like, it's nothing James Harden can do with Jalen Brunson. In fact, they just finished game 3 out there in Cleveland. And the Knicks won again. They up 3-0 right now. So it's like they're the first, the 10th team in NBA history to go ahead and win 10 straight. But the Knicks are on a roll, y'all. Like I said, James Harden can't do anything with Jalen Brunson on either sides of the ball. Like, I don't know what is going on. Like, but this is the best Knicks team that I've seen ever with my own 2 eyes. Like, I don't think that they're going to be able to beat who comes out the West, but for them to, like, the way they're hooping right now, it's insane. They're going to push a game. They're going to push a game 6, maybe game 7 in the NBA Finals for whoever they play in the West. And whoever who's coming out the West between the Spurs and the Thunder, it's like, don't sleep. Don't come in this game thinking that it's just finna be we finna just come in, bust their ass. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't played nobody for real. No, that Knicks team is serious. Like, dog, the difference is, though, something that the Knicks is going to have to worry about when they play in the finals against whoever they play against. It's like both teams out there in the West, they have young, hungry, scrappy guards. Like, scrappy guards. They going to get down low. They going to guard you 94 feet. They going to get them tired. It's like they're going to need everything clicking in the finals. They're up 3-0 right now. I'm assuming they're going to go ahead and pull it out. The way that the Cavs are playing, they might fuck around and sweep them. I ain't even gonna lie. But with that Knicks team, man, Jalen Brunson is nice, y'all. Like, game 2, game 3, pretty much went the same way as this one, except the Knicks pretty much just blew him out the water. Game 2, I want to say they won by 16. And this game 3, let's see what the score was. What's the score to game 3, y'all? 121 to 108. It's nothing they can do. Freaking on the Cavs side, Donovan Mitchell had 23 points. James Harden had 19, 5 and 5, 6 turnovers. Like, 6. Evan Mobley had 5. Donovan Mitchell had 5 turnovers. So it's like the Knicks are causing turnovers like crazy. They're all over the place. They're just, I didn't know their defense was that good. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I knew they had that little defensive tenacity from them, or that hunger from them from Tibbs, but it's like, dog, they're showing up. They're showing up and they showing out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. They just swept the first 2 rounds. Look like they about to sweep this round 2. It's like, yo. Shout out to the Knicks, y'all. Shout out to the Knicks, man, because they look nice. They're clearly gonna be coming out of the East. So with that being said, y'all, since we know the Knicks are pretty much gonna come out the East, I think it's going to be an OKC versus Knicks finals. I think OKC going to end up getting them in about 5 or 6. I don't think that the Knicks are going to be able to really match up with OKC, especially with how OKC's bench is. Like, they could come off and get, like, bro, they scored 38 points in the first half last night in game 3. It's one of those things that, like I said before, OKC has too many players that could go off at any given moment. So, if you ask me, I think it's going to come down to OKC and the Knicks. I think the OKC is going to basically repeat this year, and I think they're going to beat the Knicks in 6. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be a game 7 out there because I don't know, those scrappy guards out there in OKC. I think that's going to shut down Jalen Brunson. I think that they have the answer for a Cat, Mikal Bridges, OG, like, they have it. You feel what I'm saying? They have it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not sleeping on the Knicks at all. You feel me? But I just don't think that they can match up with an OKC team or even a Spurs team. I think if the Spurs ought to pull it out in the West and come out and end up beating OKC, I think that they can't even match up with them because you got to think about it. With Wemby down there in the paint, that takes away like 50% of Jalen Brunson's game. So shout out to the Knicks. Y'all, they look nice, y'all. I didn't have no faith in them. I was bashing them, saying I'm one of those people that don't have faith in the Knicks. But hey, y'all, they proving me down. They proving me completely wrong, to be completely wrong. So shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to OKC. But before we get up out of here, y'all, my question of the day for y'all is, is it time for James Harden to hang it up? Like, we just seen how Jalen Brunson was just sitting there twerking that man. Like, ISO, he literally, bro, they came back from 22 points off of straight ISOs on James Harden, y'all. Like, that is crazy. That's insane. Like, is it time for James Harden to just hang it up, y'all? Is it that time? Because the way he's out there getting cooked, it's like, it's ugly. It's ugly. This don't look like no James Harden that we're used to seeing. That playmaker, that scorer, like it's not there no more. So it's like, man, hey, get well sooner, James Harden. But let me know down in the comments. Do y'all think that it's time for James Harden to hang it up? Me personally, I think this is it. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think he will really be even a starter within the next 2 seasons because this just exposed him. Like, you can't win a game. You're not going to win in the playoffs with James Harden. They've been saying it his whole career, and this is just adding to it. I ain't even going to lie. I thought this might have been ring season for him, but, man, they just don't got it. They just don't have it at all, and he don't got it. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to see James Harden out the league, y'all. If he not playing defense, it's over with. But it's been a great episode, y'all. My boys, man, we close to that back-to-back, y'all. We close to that back-to-back, so shout out to OKC. And before we get up out of here, you know what I'm saying, I got to always lead y'all with be a great person in everything y'all do and any and everything y'all do. Always take accountability. Even if you feel like somebody did you wrong, take accountability in what you may have done as well. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with whoever y'all can and get this video out there. And man, next time I see y'all, hopefully we in the NBA Finals. The OKC versus Knicks Finals. I can't wait to see what's to come. I'm going to for sure keep y'all updated. And man, I'm going to get at y'all soon with the next one, man. We out.
In this life that I'm living, I pray I make it through the night. As I ride through my city,